Close your ears.
Sing it.
I have your letter from my parents, John and Judy Graham, that I'm going to read to you.
Explain who Judy is.
Well, Bob and Catherine, mom and dad, John and Judy's dearest friends for many, many years. And all of us kids grew up together and kind of like one big extended family. So, and unfortunately, my mom couldn't be here because she has a broken leg. But she's very sad not to be here. So, I'd like to read this for them. To our dear and wonderful friends, Bob and Kathy, on your 50th wedding anniversary. We are so sad that we aren't with you to share this very special day. 50 years, what an accomplishment. We've been most fortunate to have shared over 30 of those years with you. It seems like just yesterday that we were young parents working hard to do a good job of raising our children and discussed how we could make the world a better place. I think we clicked immediately when we met and have been growing together since, through good and not so good times. We finally recall picnics, parties, sports events, anniversary cruises, serious and fun conversations, and special times with our children, who also became close friends. We have watched with admiration as you gave of yourselves and worked to make a positive difference in the world. You have served as a positive role model for family, life, and marriage to many, including us. We have been truly blessed to have you in our lives. Our hope is that we will continue to share good times with you in the years to come. One of our favorite toasts is, here's to friends who are family and family who are friends. You are indeed friends who have become family. With love and all good wishes, Judy and John.
Thank you. Who else? Anybody?
Uncle Dad, come and say a few words? Yeah.
If you're gonna be.
I knew you wanted to.
Shirley said, if you speak, it better be because somebody called on me.
So,
There's a story that she likes to tell. The punchline is that the problem with that guy is he wants to be the groom at every wedding and the corpse at every funeral. And my sister, who rode down with us, and Bob's sister, said she knew exactly who Shirley was talking about.
that is funny.
We too are very proud of Bob and Kathy. For one thing, this estate that's in the family. When they were reading the heavens declare the glory of God, and the firmament showed His handiwork, that could have been written right here. Right here where we are. I've really enjoyed both of them. One of the neatest things was the pictures that Kathy has. I love those pictures. There's just something about that. It's more than history. It's more than love. It's all of that. And it's so important to Bob and Kathy. That's just been one of the neatest things to me. I love looking at that. I don't necessarily agree that one photo is worth 1,000 or 10,000 words. I like the 10,000 words. On the other hand, if it were worth it, there's the evidence. And I enjoy their enthusiasm for their own family. There's something just wonderful about that, and it's comfortable. I happen to have a granddaughter that any of you that, if you have a little time afterwards, an hour or two, nobody wants to hear the stories. They really don't. And this is one of the few times in which I actually have different stories. Just yesterday, I was telling the lady, she was doing business with us somehow, and so finally Shirley said, like, Kathy clarifies but keeps the stories going. Shirley wants them over. That's a lot worse. Seems to me anyway. She interrupted and said, Emily, was her name? Emily has an appointment tonight. I said, it's just another, you didn't get the punchline yet, Emily. And I liked her. She was kind enough. In fact, she sealed the contract. She said, I really want to hear the rest of that story. That was good enough for me. She was 3 times as costly as the other people. So that was good enough for us. What I enjoy so much, one of the manifestations of Bob's love and closeness for his family is his willingness to hear stories, probably a lesser person than he and I would say ad nauseum. But to him, you don't have to apologize. He'll just listen to those stories forever. Then I realized he was genuinely interested in Alex and Ellie, but also he felt, obligated to listen to me, that I in turn would be obligated, and he has 2,700 kids in his family and relatives. I have 2. You figure that out. I finally had to tell him, I don't type as well as you do. I have to keep the stories short, but I'll read them, no matter how long they are when they come, the emails. And he just knows so much about every one of you. And you really are beautiful. I know by the time I leave here, I'll attach the names to Bailey and Sarah and everybody, and I'll get it straight. And Anna, I'll get that straight because I want to, just like he would want to. The apple doesn't fall far from the tree. He just loves you, and it's understandable to me. Again, congratulations, Bob and Kathy.
Thank you. Wonderful.
Meg, you want to tell your real quick story or not? She had a funny one. Come on, Meg. She had a funny story.
Come on, man.
Is there still more time?
No. We'll get part 2 inside the kitchen. Yeah.
I'm afraid of what you're going to say. Well, I'm not much of a public speaker, and I'm not a very good storyteller, but I have a few stories of Kathy. First, I'd like to say thank you for always being there at the hard times and the good times. And one of the times I'd like to remember is Kathy and I were actually in New Mexico when my mother died, and it turns out to be kind of a funny story, but we were going down the highway. I was driving a rental car, and the roads in New Mexico are just flat and straight as can be. And so I was just in a zone. I'm driving along, and all of a sudden, Kathy looks over at me, and she's like, Meg? I said, yes, Kathy. And she said, I don't think I've ever driven this fast in my life before. Her knuckles were all white, and I'm like, oh, I'm so sorry. So I just slowed down, and then I can't remember the exact detail, but it was something we were late getting to the airport or something. And this was the height of her rheumatoid and everything, so I know she was hurting, and it was an awful time for me also. It's just a terrible time all around, and we were actually running down the road, both of us. And Kathy looked over at me and she says, Meg, I think we're bonding. She had a smile on my face for that. But again, thank you for being the most wonderful mother and father-in-law anybody could ever want. Thank you so much.
Wonderful.